Hi, welcome to this second video in a short series of videos just to give you a taster of the kind of work I do. This video is for total relaxation, so the aim is for you to use it at a time when you want to relax or at the end of the day, and all the work will happen lying down on your mat. You don't need any props, but you might want to have a blanket for the end for Shavasana to keep you warm. So start by coming to the ground and allow yourself to settle in to the support of gravity, to the support of the ground you're lying on. And you can choose where you want to place your hands. You may want them on your abdomen, out to the side, just down by the side of your body. But take a moment to think about where gives you most comfort, where you find most relaxation. And start by noticing the breath. And the breath is a great indicator of how you're feeling. So maybe at the end of a particularly trying day, you might notice your breath is a little jagged. And just by noticing the breath, you'll probably find that it starts to slow and deepen a little. And just go with that natural flow of the breath. Notice the thoughts and the feelings that come into your mind. And allow them to float away. There'll be plenty of time to come back to them after the practice is finished. And as this is a relatively short practice of around 15 to 20 minutes, we won't spend too long here settling. So we're going to start with Setu Bandha, bridge movement. So if you haven't already bent your knees and planted your feet on the ground, now's a really good time to do that. And you want your feet a comfortable distance from your bottom, with your feet firmly touching the ground. But make sure your big toe, your little toe, your heel, the ball and heel of your foot are comfortably in contact with the ground. We're going to start with our hands down by the side, and we're going to start moving the pelvis a little off the ground. So there's no need to go too high. Let the pelvis float up and see how that feels in your body. Can you drop down a little more into the shoulders and the top of the spine? Can you make sure your feet are connected to the ground? And then roll the spine gently back down to the ground. Readjust yourself. You may find you want to move your feet, to readjust your shoulders, anything that makes this more comfortable. And then we're going to repeat this 3 more times in your own time. So pushing into the feet, sending the knees forward over the toes, and bring the pelvis up off the ground. And slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, let the spine drop back down to the ground. And again, lifting the pelvis by bringing the knees forward over the toes, keeping weight through the shoulders, the top of the spine, and down, vertebrae by vertebrae. And then one last time. Coming up, check if there's any tension being held in the throat or the neck Just let go. Right, slowly pop your head side to side. Bring a little smile to your face to release off any tension stored in your jaw. Take one more breath here. Slowly. Back, return to the ground. Spend a moment here, sensing any change in the way you feel in the body. We'll do a little bit of a hamstring release. Bring one knee in to the chest. Just hold the knee for a moment. Feeling any movement in the hip joint, the pelvis. And then clasp your hands around the back of your thigh. And you're going to start stretching the leg very gently, keeping the thigh in contact with the chest and bringing the foot forward towards the head. Anywhere it kind of feels a little bit interesting, a little bit challenging, you might want to stop for a moment and breathe. And we're really working into this, it's called the belly of the muscle here, trying to take off any tension around the ligaments of the knee. This might be totally far enough for you, or after a breath or two, you might want to move a little further to opening the foot. Again, breathing and bring attention to this belly of the muscle. And slowly bring the leg down, foot back onto the floor. We're going to repeat with the other side. To start by bringing the knee into the chest. Taking a breath or two there, just to let that leg land. And then taking the hands around the back of the thigh. And then start bringing the leg towards straight. Again, our attention here in the deep belly of the muscle. When you get to that point where you can feel the stretch coming, just stop there, breath or two, and then moving the foot towards the head, but keeping the thigh alongside the chest. Take it to as far as you want to. You might want to gently just massage the hamstring, constantly reminding yourself where the attention in this movement is going. And bend the knee, bring it slowly back down to the ground. And we're going to start to bring some twist into the body, bringing the arms out. So you're in a sort of a T shape. And you're going to turn the hands as if the little finger is coming towards the ground behind your head, keeping the thumb on the ground, and you'll feel quite a strong stretch with the arms and maybe into the chest. Slowly unwind. Bring your hands back, so the backs of the hands are resting on the ground. And then this time we're going to go the other way. So turning the hands forward, so the thumbs are coming to the ground towards the feet. And you may feel slightly different sensation across the chest and the shoulders. Bring the hands back to the start position. And this time we're going to do one hand forward, one hand back. So here you're bringing a twist all the way through the arms, the shoulders, back and the chest. And you might want to turn towards the hand that's turning upwards. Roll the hands back to the start position and then go the other way. So the other hand, little finger going towards the head end of the mat. The other hand, the thumb coming towards the foot end of the mat. And if you want, turn your head back to the centre. We're going to twist the bottom half of our body now. So feet on the ground, about hip width apart. And let the legs drop to one side. And again, you might want to turn the head in the opposite direction. This time feeling stretch coming up from the feet, through the legs, and the pelvis, and the lower end of the spine. You might feel it right up into the shoulders. Bring the legs back up. Take a moment to reset yourself, and then drop the legs to the other side. The head turning in the opposite direction. You may be conscious of different sensations in each side. Bring your legs back up to start position. And now we're going to combine both of those movements. So we're going to turn the left arm, little finger towards the head side of the mat, thumb towards the end of the mat, and legs over to the right. And now we've got that lovely twisting wash rag sensation from the tips of our fingers to the tips of our toes. Relax into that if it's possible, using your breath to soften and to drop. Unravel yourself. And then go in the other direction. This time the left hand, the fingers coming towards the top of the mat. The right hand, the thumb towards the bottom. Knees drop. And the head turning towards the side where the little finger is reaching towards the top of the mat. And stay with that sensation. Again, using the breath. Allow yourself to soften and drop down. This lovely pandiculation movement, like a lovely warm. And bring yourself back to the center. You can bring your hands back in. Let them be on the side of your body. And we're just going to do one last movement to release off any tension in the quads and in the glutes. And this is a figure 4 stretch. So bring one leg across so that your heel is resting around the knee of the leg that's still on the ground. And we're going to bring the leg on the ground, off the ground. You can reach round, hold your thigh, and let this leg, the leg you're holding, just be passive. And you can feel any stretching, any releasing of tension being held in the thigh, the hip, the glutes. Allow the foot to come back to the ground, uncross, and then cross the other foot over the bent leg. And just take a moment there to feel that opening of the inner thigh. And then take your leg in your hands. Let the lower part of this leg be passive. Take a moment or two to use your breath again to soften, release any resistance. Allow the foot to come to the ground. And this time you can stretch the legs out, and we're going to come to Shavasana. This is a resting posture. You might want to put a pillow or a roll blanket under your knees if that's more comfortable. You might want to cover yourself with a blanket to keep warm. And decide where you want to put your hands. You can rest them on your belly, have them by your side. Be aware of how you feel in your shoulders, and however you decide to arrange yourself, ensure that you're doing it with the most comfort possible. And then come back to the breath. And with each inhale, allow your body to soften. With each exhale, see if it's possible to drop further into the support of the ground. And allow your breath to be directed anywhere that you feel any level of discomfort, of pain, or of holding and constriction of your muscles. You can work around the body, spending a few moments with each area that needs that extra little bit of help. And I'd suggest that you lie here for as long as you can. The Shavasana is the most important part of our practice. It's where we truly learn to let go of any tension we're holding. I hope you've enjoyed this short experience of the kind of yoga that I teach. As I say, stay as long as you can, and I hope to see you all again very soon.